Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. Today I have another promised video related to my Apple Watch or Apple Watches because I now have two. This here is my Series 2 which I purchased brand new in January 2017. As you can see, the screen is pretty beat up. There are so many scratches here. Most of them are on the edges and the corners of the screen because I have never used a screen protector or a case with this watch. I just thought that the design looked really good that I didn't want to cover it up. So the watch ended up being beat up because I was pretty active during the years when I was wearing this watch. This Series 2 still works fine, but the battery performance is bad, which is to be expected on most tech devices over time. As you can see, and like I said, this watch is pretty beat up. The aluminum body has significant corrosion as well. I am now on the Series 9. I have an unboxing of this watch on my channel and I will link it down below. See, this is still very new, so there are no scratches on the screen or on the watch body, and the back just needs some wiping because body lotion sometimes gets on this part, although most of the time I am successful in reminding myself not to put lotion on that area of my wrist where the watch goes over. Now this black silicone strap on the Series 2 is the original Apple branded one that came with the watch, and originally it was smooth and had a matte finish, but as you can see it is pretty splotchy now. It has that strange pattern that looks like water droplets. I don't know for sure what caused it, but I suspect it was all of the disinfectant that I have been spraying all over myself during the pandemic. Now, because I have been using the Apple Watch exclusively for more than 7 years now, I have managed to accumulate a fair amount of bands for it. And the great thing about the Apple Watch is the bands will fit across all models. My Series 2 is 38 millimeters and my Series 9 is the 41 millimeter. And so all of my old bands for the Series 2 will fit in my Series 9. When I was preparing to move to a new house, vlog will be linked in the description box, I managed to gather all of the stuff that I have into one container. Previously, they were all over the place, and I have them all now here in this cute box from Daiso. However, this is not even complete anymore because sometime last year I gave away a few of my older bands to a friend of mine, but these are what I have now. Looking at these two watches side by side, you can really see the significant difference when it comes to the shape of the physical watch body. The Series 9 has more rounded corners than the Series 2. And the Series 9 does look slightly bigger than the Series 2, but Apple found a way to make the old bands fit perfectly on the newer watches. Now let me just say right here that the best look for any Apple Watch is with their original bands and without any cases or screen protectors. But we can change up the look of the Apple Watch from time to time. Okay, everything is a mess inside the box, so I'm just going to take out the items one by one. These first two are my old docks, which I no longer use. I already have a review of these docks and two other docks in my channel. It's a recent video and I will link it down below. And now we come to the watch bands. I will start with the ones that I most recently purchased and I will share their prices and links to purchase. Please note that none of these are Apple branded and all of these are super cheap because I wanted to challenge myself with finding the cheapest bands ever online. Here's a silicone one in a dark orange color. It's a little stiff, more stiff than the original Apple band, but it's pliable enough and has a matte finish, and I like the color. All of the silicone watch bands that I bought recently have more or less the same quality. Next is another silicone band. This was listed as creamy yellow, differentiated from the traditional yellow, which is brighter. This one is listed as apricot, and it's showing up a little pale on camera. This is certainly more bright in person. This is listed as cocoa, and it's a nice dark brown color with some gray in it. And this one is also silicone but has a different shape, and it's actually luminous or glow in the dark. If I turn off the lights, you can see it. I think it's very cute, but it's the medium to large size. As you can see, when compared with the other silicone bands, it's just too long for me. I will be giving this to a friend of mine. Next, I have this very pretty braided band. This is a copy of one of Apple's older braided bands for Pride, but this one is a loop band with a magnetic closure. The magnet is also quite strong, and the band is truly elastic, as you can see. The placement of the closure is also adjustable. Next, I have this transparent band with silver lugs and a silver buckle, which I think is cute. I also have here two sport loop bands. This blue one is very nice. And the great thing about the sport loop band is that the Velcro part can close at any point on the band because the entire material is Velcroable, if that is a word. And here's the other color for the sport loop. I like that the borders on the side have different colors, a light blue and a peachy orangey color. I also have this white silicone band. Now, I did have a white band before, but I thought I didn't like it anymore, so I gave it away. But now I'm on the Starlight watch. I wanted a white band again, so I bought one. Now, here's a leather band that I found interesting. This is marked as genuine leather, and the size is embossed here. It's 14 millimeters. And the hardware is black, the buckle is black, and the lugs are black, and it does smell like real leather. Here I have another braided loop band, but with a different closure that can also be adjusted. I think the color is so pretty. It's a perfect color match to the Starlight watch. If we compare it with the other braided band, the weave looks the same, just the colors and the pattern are different, but the weave looks to be the same to me. Okay, now after having used this Series 2 for over 7 years without a case or a screen protector, I have definitely learned my lesson. Now that I have the Series 9, I have decided to get some protection after all. So next we have cases, starting with this one that protects the sides and the back of the watch. This is made of a soft material and is listed as Starlight, but it is not the same as the Starlight silicone band that I have, and neither is it the exact same color as the body of the Starlight watch. But I like that it protects the sides of the watch. However, it does not completely protect the screen of the watch, so if I use this, I will need a separate screen protector. Here is another soft case, but made of a transparent material. I think this is much cuter than the first one. It is not the exact same shape. The bezel is slightly thinner on the clear case, but they are similar in design and concept. And because those cases don't have a protector for the screen, I will be needing this screen protector. I had one before, like a couple of weeks ago, but it wasn't very good, so I took it off. I haven't used this one yet. I hope this is much better. Next, I have a clear case that is also a screen protector. This is one piece of a soft, very clear material, and this is actually what I have been using the longest so far, ever since I got my Series 9, because it is clear, it doesn't cover up the very pretty Starlight body of the watch, and at the same time, it also protects the entire front, the whole screen, and the sides of the watch. A caveat though, this clear soft material can turn yellowish over time. As you can see, the one I've been using has already taken a faint yellowish tinge when compared to this other one, which is new and I haven't used it yet. All clear soft material will turn yellowish over time. That is just part of the nature of the material. Even the clear G-Shock watches turn yellowish over time. Flossie Carter showed that in a video, which I will try to find and link down below. But for now, this one is my absolute favorite case and screen protector, this clear one. I will use it for as long as I can. This also comes in different colors, which I have 3 of here. This one is listed as vintage gold or old gold, if I remember it correctly. And this is the silver version, and this is the black shiny version. I like that they're all shiny so that they can change the look of my brushed aluminum watch on days when I want it to look super shiny. And of course, I really like that it also already protects the screen, with no need for a for a separate screen protector. Again, these are the soft cases. I also have here some hard cases that also protect the screen as well as the sides of the watch, but I have decided not to use them because I tried one of them once and then I got scared. Because the way you place this on the watch is you snap it on. You align one side with the crown and then you snap the other side on. That can potentially scratch the side of the watch. So it will be counterproductive in my opinion. You get a case to protect the watch, but it will be the case that ends up scratching the watch. And in my opinion, these hard cases that I have don't look very nice. I think they look a little cheap. Well, of course they are actually cheap, but they look super cheap and they cheapen the look of the watch. But that is just my opinion. I bought the white case to go with a white band and they're not even the same shade of white because they're not the same material. They can definitely change the look of your watch in a pinch if you're bored with it, but just be aware that they might scratch the side of your watch opposite the crown. And by the way, this extra one is the wrong size. I was the one who made the mistake. I ordered the larger one by mistake. Now, the watch body of my Series 9 and Series 2 are different. So all of these cases that I bought for the Series 9 won't fit on the Series 2, but all of the bands here can be interchanged with the Series 2 and the Series 9. And here I just have some dry and wet wipes that came with the hard cases. I might use them for something else later on, so I'm keeping them. Another silicone band that I bought recently that I almost missed showing here is this one with a raised design. And I like the concept, but it wasn't carried out well. The raised parts do not look very nice, and maybe the design is just too small. If this is far away, I cannot even make out what the design is. Here is a basic gray silicone band. Now, all of these items I bought only recently, so I can share links to where I purchased them. For the rest of the items still in the box, I bought these a long time ago, and I don't have the links anymore, but if I do find them, I will still link them down below. Here is a hot pink band that is based on the survival bracelet. I like that the lugs are silver and the ends of the rope have a silver finial to match. And to wear this, you must first put it on and then pull the loose ends to close the band. This is not a one-person task. You will need someone else to pull the other end for you. And it cannot be used as a true survival bracelet either because the ends are burned to seal them, as you can see. So if you ever need a rope in an emergency situation, this is not going to help you at all. Just wear an actual survival bracelet instead. But I like this. I think it's super cute. Next, I have this Nike Sport Band dupe that I don't particularly like, although I did use this for several weeks. Here is an older gray silicone band. I do remember buying this in 2017 or 2018, like early on. This is one of my oldest bands ever, and it has grown shiny over time in this part that is exposed. The part that is not exposed is still matte. I did not know that silicone sometimes becomes shiny with age. Comparing this with the new gray one, the old gray band is a warm gray, definitely. The new gray is a cooler gray. Next, I have this pink band. This is also very old and it has also grown shiny over time, but the underside is still matte. And here is a sage colored silicone band, also quite old and also quite shiny because of age. I swear all silicone bands were matte when I bought them because they were supposed to be dupes of the original Apple silicone bands, which were matte and which still are matte. The parts that rub against something are the ones that become shiny on the underside, as you can see. Now this here is the only original Apple band in the box because this is part of the band set that came with my Series 2. This is the medium to large strap, and because I have super tiny wrists, I use the small to medium strap. However, I did use the larger strap for a while when I grew to be so fat when I was being treated for depression. Let me just insert a picture here quickly. That is me. Look, I am so fat. This small to medium watch band would not fit me anymore, so I had to use the longer strap. This is the only Apple branded band in this box. Next, I have this slim silicone band. It had also become a little shiny. Now, the closure is slightly different. You thread the strap through twice, like so, and this is how it looks on your wrist. I do like this color because it's a very close match to my actual skin. I'm a Filipina and I'm not a very fair one, so warm brownish and warm creams look good on my skin, not the cool colors. Next is this dupe for the Ocean band from Apple. It is a color very similar to the Starlight silicone band that I'm wearing. This one has a buckle, and the little loop for the strap is made of metal to match the buckle. And the little loop is adjustable. Just pinch the silicone like so on the edges and free the metal thingy and then transfer it to the spot where you need it to be. It's nice, but a bit bulky in my opinion. Now we move to the Milanese loops. This here is the iridescent one. This was my favorite for a long time. I even have a review of this band on my channel, which I will link down below. The magnet is very strong and I like that it is super adjustable. Here's another Milanese loop, but this is more of a gold color. This one has some tarnish that I noticed only now. I'm not sure if it's visible on camera, but I can definitely see some tarnish spots in person. And the color in some parts is no longer even, but it's still very wearable. It's not the same gold as the old gold or vintage gold case, so I don't think I can match these two. And here is yet another Milanese loop. This one is closer to champagne gold in color and it is more matte. And I remember using this a lot as well, that the color is no longer even, as you can see. The Milanese loops are made of a metal mesh and closed with strong magnets. They're very comfortable to wear because they are soft and breathable, which is hardly what you can say about metal, but for the Milanese loops that are made of metal, they are comfortable because they're soft and breathable. Now we move to the metal link bands, starting with this one. And I did adjust this one like I adjusted all of my metal link watch bands because my wrists are so tiny. Like I said, links needed to be taken out for sure. But this one I remember never wearing because the clasp pinched my skin. But that is the proper size of the band for me. When I tried adding one link back in, it was too loose that the watch kept asking for my passcode, so I just ended up never using this. Next is this 5-link metal band with a butterfly clasp, and this is very cute, but the butterfly clasp is really not too comfortable on my wrist, maybe because my wrists are too small, but I did use this as much as I could because I liked it a lot and I just switched to a different band when it became too uncomfortable. And by the way, I bought the black metal bands because my Series 2 was a space gray and black was the closest color available at that time. See, the 5-link metal band is very cute. Now this 3-link metal band is the most comfortable of all of the 3 metal link bands that I have. It just has the normal, usual clasp closure and it sits more comfortably next to my wrist. Compared with the butterfly clasp on this other one, it just felt like something was poking me. But this other one is very comfortable. Finally, I have my super old leather band. I like this a lot. This is another one of my favorites. I bought this from the physical store of Hirsch sometime in 2017. This band is so old that even the marking on the back is no longer readable. At that time, Hirsch did not make leather bands for the Apple Watch, so I had to buy the lugs online separately, and at that time, lugs for the Apple Watch were still so expensive, but I really wanted a leather band, so I bought the lugs online and then brought the lugs to the Hirsch store, and then the staff there just attached the correct size of band for me. I picked black lugs because they matched my space gray Apple Watch Series 2. This part on the underside of the band came loose recently, but I was able to get it re-glued by a watch repairman, so it's all good again. And finally, the box is completely empty. And these are all that I have when it comes to bands and cases and screen protectors for the Apple Watch Series 2 and Series 9. Let me say again that the best look for the Apple Watch is how it looks without any cases or screen protectors or some swanky or cutesy poo band. I'm really loving the Starlight silicone band with the Starlight watch body. It looks very sleek and very clean. And in fact, this is the band that I use most often. It looks very casual and nice and just minimal. But just to show you, you can totally change the look of your watch with a case and different bands. Let us try the Hirsch leather band with a case. This can work with either the silver case, which matches the buckle, or the black case, which matches the lugs. I will go with the silver case. Now this case just needs a little tugging and pulling, and you have to be careful not to stress out the crown too much. But once the case is on, it stays and there is no danger of it coming off. And it provides protection for the screen as well as the sides. And look how it has changed the look of the watch body already. Adding the leather band just makes the watch look more like a dress watch. And the screen protector does not affect the touch sensitivity of the screen at all. That's why I really like this case. Now, let me just show you the slim leather band on this watch. It looks okay on its own, but it looks a little bizarre, in my opinion, when it is already attached to the watch, because the watch looks too big when paired with this narrow band. Now, there are some leather bands that taper from wide to slim. Those kinds of leather bands might be a better looking band than this one. But the brown leather band with a silver case looks really good. It looks a little more dressy than the original look. And that's it. I have shown you everything that I have for the Apple Watch, things that I have gathered over time since January 2017, and also a bunch of things I purchased just recently when I wanted to challenge myself with finding the cheapest but good quality bands and cases. I hope this video and the links in the description box are helpful to you. I also have a previous video about 4 different Apple Watch docks that I have used. I will link that video down below and also as an end card in case you're interested. I have one more video coming up that's related to the Apple Watch, so if you're interested in that, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and that you have clicked on the notification bell so that you will get an alert as soon as that video is up. Thanks for watching. Bye.